Aries, hi, welcome. It's Erin Scott here with the Alchemy of Holism, and I'm having a lot of fun diving into these potions for this month of December 2018. I haven't done anything like this in a long time. It's been many, many months. I used to call them alchemy scopes that involved the I Ching and some other elements. These potions, this potion that I'm going to offer you tonight, is a little bit different in that it's no I Ching and it's not some other astrological elements, although I'll mention that to you today. But we have a selection of cards here, my own deck that I'm going to pull a spread on, and a variety of various cards and tools through which we're going to receive important data for your evolutionary cycle for this month of December. It is December 6th. It's the night before the new moon. I always work with the new moon cycle, so you're going to get this by the new moon. This is for the new moon cycle going up until the Capricorn new moon at the beginning of January. There's a couple of things. Firstly, this is going to be a mellow session, very slow, so grab a tea if you'd like. We have a little Palo Santo here. Have a little music going on in the background. So for those that are unfamiliar with Palo Santo, it is a wonderful smelling wood. It's sweet, it's earthy, it's woody, it's gentle, it's very calming, you know. So we have a little of this earthy sweetness in the background. It literally smells like sweet wood, but very gentle, maybe a little floral. And I have a little drink here. I'm going to take a sip. Okay, lovely. So this is what we're going to do. I'm going to pull from my Carolyn Mace deck, and we're going to pull 1, 2, or 3 main growth edges. We're going to start there with everything that we're going to pull here. So let me tap in here. For Aries for the December cycle. And what I'm doing, Aries, is I'm pulling prime growth edges, because at any given moment, each one of us are growing every archetypal quality, but there are certain focuses at different times, right? So this is going to be the prime growth edges that are asking to be matured for Aries. Okay, and I'm going to pull another one. Okay, let me pull a second. Okay, lovelies. So Martyr is coming up again. Martyr just came forward for Pisces, and it came forward for another sign as well. So again, and there's another archetype that keeps coming up. There are generalized quality sets that are asking to be grown and matured in quite a few people, in large demographics of people at this time. Okay, so the first one out is Martyr. The second one out is Lover. Okay, so with regards to Martyr, within the Aries archetype for your growth this month, this addiction to self-pity, a default way of operating in the mind, in your daily patterns of your operation, how you operate, okay? And some of you are going to be more obviously in this kind of orientation as compared to others. But for the collective Aries archetype, this is the growth. So moving out of an addiction to self-pity, defaulting to it, relying on it, being addicted to it because it's a part of the pattern, okay? And what wants to be evolved into Aries is learning the transcendent nature of service to oneself or a cause, okay? So it's not being the martyr to gain attention, love, pity, some sort of some gleaning something from the other, from a relationship. You know, it's not to be used. This particular archetype in its evolved state is giving. It's being in that state of pure emanation of giving source, giving your source field. Lover is the next one, okay? The shadow attributes of lover are, and again, we're talking about the evolution from a default way of being this month up to another iteration. The shadow attributes, obsessive passion that harms others, okay? So this is about obsessive compulsive nature when it comes to love. Okay. Self-destructive devotion. Okay. So it's hard. It's the kind of obsession in the mind, in the spinning mind, that leads to harming others or harming yourself. And anything that interrupts your daily, this is what Dr. Phil used to say many years ago, you know, it's like any pattern that disrupts your normal, natural, balanced life, it's destructive, it's toxic, it's out of balance. Okay. What wants to be evolved into is the emergence of great passion and devotion, okay? Just naturally evoked, what is deep within your gut of your own passion and devotion, and the development of unbridled appreciation of someone or something. So this is about being in the true joy of appreciation of something, or the true joy of appreciation of someone without any obsessive clinging nature to it, okay, that has a toxic thread. So those are the two main growth edges. Now let's take a look at the themes for your month. So I'm going to use my fantastic Everyday Witch Tarot, okay, and I'm going to tap in here for Aries. So this is going to be kind of thematically what could be the thematic, the themes that you'll be contending with, navigating, walking through, and traversing this month. For Aries. Beautiful. I'm going to pull another one. I'm going to pull three. Another theme for Aries for December. Beautiful. And then another one. Issues of love are coming up for a lot of you, meaning detoxifying and getting clean with it. Issues of love and getting clean with it. Aries. Okay. Okay, beauties. Wow. 3 of Cups is coming up too. Let me show you what came up first, second, and third. The first card is the Knight of Wands. I love this card so much. We can see the dragon and the volcano. I think it's a volcano. I think he's just on a mountaintop, actually. It's dragon on a mountaintop. Okay. And you can see the cat there. There's cats in all of these images. These are just the best cards ever. I love them so much. They're so fabulous. Okay. And then the Knight of Cups. So you have two knights coming up. This is about action. So we're going to talk about these. So you have the Knight of Wands and you have the Knight of Cups. Now, I want you to take a look at the Knight of Cups card. This particular knight is, I was going to say driving, but he's on his broomstick flying over water with a shark underneath him going in the same direction of the knight. So obviously that's part of the theme of this particular archetype. And you can see the cat there hanging on for dear life. His cup is, you know, bubbling over with hearts. And then we have the Three of Cups. I love this iteration of Three of Cups. Okay, so let's talk about these one by one. And of course, there's the moon there in the background, you know. I love that. Okay, now the first one, Knight of Wands. Now, the Knight is about action. Wands is about creativity, passion, fire, humor, new projects. There could be creative projects that you're starting to move toward. So in the month of December, I just want to look at the specifics too of this image. You're looking to, the thing is that I think for a lot of you, you have some creative impetus that's starting to be put into manifest form. You're walking toward, you're taking action toward some creative vision, idea that you've had. And this particular image, he's looking over at the dragon on the mountain. And I think you can perceive this card in two different ways. One is he's looking ahead and he's being discerning because there's a little bit of caution over there with the dragon breathing fire. But the other is, and what I actually initially got from this card, especially for this reading for you, is that he's looking, he has a desire to get over there and he's not letting the dragon's breath interrupt the dream for the ultimate manifestation. And this would become the Queen of Wands and ultimately the King of Wands, right? So the Knight of Wands is moving toward a creative vision and making it manifest. There's enthusiasm behind it too. But you might be looking ahead almost in a fearless way. And a lot of times that's what the knights do, is that they're you know, because they're young, they're immature. And so it's action being taken, but it's not a matured, grounded, discerned action. It is a little bit sloppy and it can be impetuous and move ahead too fast and get burned by the breath of the dragon, for example. Okay. So that's one thing. So the growth edge with that is you're moving toward it, but you might need to be a little bit discerning about envisioning ahead and taking precautions as needed. Okay. Now the next one, again, we have the shark underneath. So the knight is moving toward affection, love. There could be an active pursuit of either a love relationship or, excuse me, an active pursuit of something that you really love, that really matters to you, that connects with your emotional body. Okay. So you're moving toward it. You're expressing perhaps affection or love to a person in a relationship. Often cups are relationship. Cups are the emotions. But the thing with this knight is that there's a shark underneath him, which means that, again, just like the other knight, there can be an impetuousness to the actions of the love expressed through this knight. And it can be immature and it can be cutting. So if the love is rejected, for example, the shark is right there. So there can be something a little dangerous about the knight because they can show up, but it's not quite grounded. It's not quite matured. It's a little bit too much in the heart and it's not discerned enough. So again, just like with the lover card coming up with the archetypes, the theme of expression of love is coming up. It might be that you this month are expressing love to somebody that you really care about. And that card is saying there's a bit of a caveat there. So you have a choice on how you're going to express it and how you're going to perceive the relational dynamic. Okay. And for some of you, it could be that somebody could be expressing love to you this month. That could be the theme. But again, there's a bit of a warning there. It's just a matter of being awake. That's all it is. Okay. Now, the other thing that's coming up for you is Three of Cups. And this is about gatherings and celebration, happiness and joy. This particular card is three women getting together. So for some of you, it could be groups of women or good friends that are female friends that are getting together. It doesn't have to be. This can just be a group of people. But for a lot of you, it could be like groups of girlfriends, for example. But this is about connecting and feeling joy, laughing, celebrating. And of course, it's a lot of people are going to be celebrating the holidays this month. So it's not too unusual to think that that's going to be occurring. Okay. Now, this deck is a Cindy Solano palmistry deck. It's a funky little deck I got about 1.5 years ago in a little shop near me, little metaphysical shop. And it connects body, mind, and the themes within the body, mind through the palm. And we're going to identify kind of what area of the body, mind is asking for you to focus on it over the course of this month. Fire element, share your enthusiasm, which is really beautiful because of the wands coming up and the Three of Cups. So let's talk about that. If I didn't say it, because I've been recording these kind of back to back, these potions the potion that I'm doing for you here is also, a personalized service that I'm doing for clients for only $44. It's a personalized video, at least 30 minutes long, sometimes upwards of 50 minutes long. And it's a personalized video at just $44. For those interested, you can find these potions, but also my astrological work and the other elements of my deep dives with clients underneath in the services page. Now, so check it out, connect if you really want to go deep. I do deep dives with people, and it serves. It serves. Okay. All right, fire element. So let me show you the card. Let me make sure this is the right one. So Aries, you can see that the whole palm is circled here and the middle finger is circled. That means that you can apply acupressure to these areas of your palm, both palms, right and left, and you can caress it, touch it to activate, to stimulate this particular area of focus that's calling this month. Okay. So fire element, share your enthusiasm. Indeed, you are called to share your enthusiasm this month. So the reflection for you is this: when you get excited about something, your enthusiasm raises up those around you and you can inspire others in deeper ways. What do you feel passionate about? It is through our passions that we are able to connect more fully to who we are. Let go of your restrictions. Fire is about expansion and growth. This card is also about warmth. Let cool emotions fall away from you. Be friendly and outgoing, especially if this is not your tendency. It's a brilliant card for guidance. I'm getting a lot of chills actually, because it really goes absolutely perfectly with these particular themes that are going to be activated for you. This is about activating your passion, moving toward your passion, following your bliss. And this is about networking, connecting, celebrating, having fun, gathering, but also sharing what emotionally delights you. It's the Three of Cups. Beautiful, that, everybody. Really beautiful. Now, let's do a spread. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take a bit of time on the shuffle because I didn't clear the deck before, before the last, before filming this from the last one. So this is my Siri deck. I made it in 2012. I was commenting on a couple of the other readings, how it's really held up well. I made this deck in May of 2012. So it's been 6.5 years. And it has really, really stood this test of time. So Aries, what I'm going to do, okay, what I'm going to do is tap into kind of what might be emerging this month, some events, circumstances that might be emerging this month. For Aries for December 2018. And for those interested, this is a 144 card deck, which is not for sale, unfortunately. A lot of people have asked me if it's for sale, but it's not, because these are not copyright protected. These are copyrighted images. So, and I made it for myself. I didn't make it to sell. But I've had the inclination for a while now to make another deck that would be for sale. So it might, who knows, that might emerge. And if it does, I'll let you guys know on the public channel. Okay. Lots of projects have been wanting to come forward, but it hasn't been the time. I really am aligned with right timing, meaning I can tell when it's right, when it's not, and if it's flowing and if it's not. So lots of inspiration, tons of ideas, lots of lists, but it hasn't come yet. There's still things, there's things that are being formed. Some small launches have occurred recently, but the large stuff has not come into play yet. 2019 will bring some stuff, bring some emergences. So for Aries, for December. Okay, beauties, let's see what we have here. Your path forward will be a focus for you this month. You actually have an exceedingly simple spread. There's no extra cards that came up, but I think I'm going to get some clarifiers. At the base of the reading, time alone, okay, the release card is also at the base. Release, the release card has come up for countless readings lately. So December is going to be a time of letting go of mental attachments to stories, to negativity, to patterns, to emotional addictions and other things. It's a time of release and freedom. It really is. So time alone to contemplate the past and maybe certain things that have been released in the past, but it's a time to be alone to release the past for you this month, okay? Defend your skills. They're important for your joy. Take action toward your freedom with what you do for a living or what you do for work, what you exchange with people. Have some humor with it. Understand that there's goodness and there's guidance available to you. That's kind of the underpinning message, okay, underneath the deck. Now, with regard, and let me just show you a couple of the key ones here, because the 3 key ones are important. Okay, so time alone in the month of December is important. It's calling. You're gonna be naturally inclined toward this too. Okay, and for those of us in the Northern Hemisphere, it's winter. It's dark early. It's naturally a time to go within. okay, and hibernate. So to contemplate the past, time alone to contemplate the past and release what needs to be released. Okay, that's the underbelly, or at least a component of the underbelly of the reading. For you, the main thing that's coming up for you this month is contemplation of your path. I actually want to get a clarifier on this, though. You might have some emotional upset coming up. This came up in the emotional sector. With regards to processes, you're going through some spiritual processes, Aries, this month. And listen, Uranus is back in your sign now, okay? It's back at the end of your sign. In January, I think it's January 7th, it's going to station direct. I think it's at 28 degrees Aries. Then it's going to go forward again. And then in, I think it's March, or March, April, or May. I can't remember which month it is. It might be March. It's going to move back into Taurus. But the issue is there's no surprise for me that Aries is going through spiritual process over the course of the December cycle, okay? And that there might be some emotional storm or upset that's emerging from your spiritual process that's coming up in December because of the Uranian influx. Aries had 7 years of Uranus going through your sign. 7 years. It moved back into Taurus and then it moved back into Aries. So you're getting let's say a reminder or an echo, a poignant functional reminder or an echo with regards to what emerged for you for the previous 7-year cycle, by the way. Okay. So you might be going through processes, but it is connecting you to ancient wisdom, something you used to know, skills you used to have, a place that connected you to your ancient inner knowing, your intuitive knowing. So the processes are connecting you, and that is connected to your path. Your belief system is going through some shift and change also. So this came up in the mental sector. So your beliefs about your path, you're going back to the ancient orientation. So what does that mean for Aries? A lot of you could be connecting, remembering what you used to want to do for a living. Some of you are going to remember when you were a teenager or in your early 20s or something. I was really on this path and I got sidetracked. Or I had a dream when I was a kid that was really aligned with who I am, and I completely forgot about it. Some of you are going to be having that. Let me go ahead and pull a clarifier for path, okay? And I have another card for you, a nature spirit card that will be your guidance for the month as well. So with regards to path for Aries, Four of Swords. I think that Four of Swords is about rest, recuperation, you know. By the way, love this card. Love the illustration so much. But I have to tell you that indeed, I think that you are you're moving through processes where you are remembering things that used to bring you bliss. And by the way, that's just your natural alignment. Okay. So the things that are bringing you bliss it's your higher frequency self. It's your soul essence. It's your soul print. It's your soul structure. But it's the alignment to that you might be remembering. And indeed, it's going to be causing some upset because maybe your path has been put on hold. You've been at rest with your path. Okay. But indeed, an old path might be coming up for a lot of you, Aries. Okay. And something about your belief system is coming up. I kind of want to get a clarifier card for that too, actually. Your path for a lot of you, your path has been on a rest mode or a pause mode or a recuperation mode. Some of you actually may have really been ill and you've been literally recuperating, okay? And the illness for some of you, this is not going to apply to all of you. For some of you who have been sick and recuperating, everything that happens ultimately is for our best growth. Okay. So if we end up getting sick, whether it be cancer or whether it be something else, you know, if we're ill and go through a process of healing and are recuperating, you better believe that there's been a whole bunch of lessons that have come forward, including remembrances. Okay. For some of you, you really have been recuperating. And in that time that you've been recuperating, you're connecting with ancient beliefs. I'm getting some chills with that. So for some of you, this is going to land. For some of you, that's going to land. Honor the process. Ace of Swords. So the Ace of Swords is kind of coming up as ancient wisdom. And Ace of Swords is about truth, your truth. Because where this came up, this ancient wisdom, what came up at the base of the reading, which is your foundations. And the Ace of Swords is the clarifier for ancient wisdom. This is about your truth, your foundational truth, your ancient wise self within. It's your higher self, you know, but it's about truth about who you are. It's interesting because there's new beliefs coming up for you this month. Go through the process, the spiritual process. Now let's go ahead and pull, Aries, a nature spirit guidance card. This is going to be your guidance for the month. Okay. So let's see what the guidance for Aries is for this month of this new moon cycle of December to January. For those interested in getting weekly live stream, most of them live stream, weekly potions from me, I have members, a membership for $11 a month that they get a variety of different things, including weekly potions. At least 2 of those, if not more, are live streamed. For those interested in joining, you can find the link below. So, Aries. What's the guidance for Aries? This kind of flipped out. Spirit Keeper of the North. Beautiful. Spirit Keeper of the North. Let me read it. It's another moon. Okay. So we have a couple moons here. And what I want to say is this particular moon, you're going to get this. A lot of you are going to see this either before the actual point of the Sagittarius 15-degree new moon on the 7th of December, or you'll see it around this time. For those that are watching this after that point, it's all good. But I will say that either around the new moon or the full moon later in the month, those are going to be important portal points for you. So this is Spirit. This is Spirit Keeper of the North, okay? So Aries, take time. This is your guidance for the month. Take time for contemplation, okay? Turn within. Connect with your ancestors. Ancient wisdom card. Incubate ideas. Brilliant. Mend relationships. Watch your dreams. Meditate. The answers are inside you waiting to be heard. Stay warm. Create dreams for your future. Repair whatever is broken in your home and in your life. Forgive those people and situations that you've been dragging around for a while. Your native spirit wants you to know, in the medicine wheel, the north is the direction that symbolizes the darkest time of night, the coldest part of winter, the dark of the moon. It also represents, and that's the new moon. It also represents the elder time of life and even a time of endings. Pulling the Spirit Keeper of the North indicates that it's time to take measure of your life. Explore what's working and what is not working. What and whom do you need to release? Again, the release theme. It's also the time to make repairs in your physical environment as well as to make repairs to your body. Additionally, this is a time to begin to dream and make plans regarding your future. Okay? Again, I want to refer back before I go forward with that Knight of Wands card. Remember, he was looking at the mountain, and it's about taking caution about what's ahead, but it's about planning your move. He wants to move forward, but it's about planning accordingly so that you don't get burned by the dragon, okay? Additionally, this is a time to begin to dream and make plans regarding your future. Your ancestors are close at this time. Call on them. They want to help you. If you live in the Southern Hemisphere and draw this card, read Spirit Keeper of the South instead of this one. Okay? So I'm going to read that one because we have viewers from the South. Okay? So your ancestors are with you. All right? So Spirit Keepers of the South. Okay, so for those of you in the Southern Hemisphere, the card meaning abundance and prosperity in all forms, expansion, surging energy, activity, movement, rapid growth. Be open to receiving the bounty of the universe. This is a great time for medical procedures. Your energy will be at a maximum. In the medicine wheel, the south is the direction that symbolizes the warmth of the noonday sun, summertime, the full moon, and a time of rapid growth. Crops grow with vigor during the summer months. In the human cycle, it also represents the vitality of childhood. This is the time to shine. It is also the time of great bounty in all areas of your life. Open your arms to receive gifts from the universe. Okay, so north and south, there's going to be a little iteration change there, and you can feel into how that is for you. So Aries, to access my services or to be in contact with me, the links are below. I do send you much love and support for your journey or navigation for this December cycle. And I will have some 2019 narratives coming through soon. And of course, January will follow. I'm going to go back to the art channelings too. It might be that I'm going to mix up art channelings and potions coming up, but I'm really needing to go with the flow of what feels right. And it's just very much my process the last couple years. So I'm going to follow the flow. Whatever feels authentic is what is going to come through. It has to feel authentic. Otherwise, it's not right. So, so I'll see you again. And perhaps it'll be for an art scope. But for those of you interested in getting your own personalized potion, you can connect with me below. Much love. And I'm wishing all of you very happy holidays for December. Bye-bye.